Hello guys, how are you all? It is the second part in the series of learning C programming. In this video, I am going to deal with the structure of C. Before I start this video, as always I say you that if you liked my effort in making this video, subscribe this channel, click the like button, click the bell icon and turn on notifications so that you will be able to get notified when I upload my video. So why so late? With no late, let's begin the show. As I already said you that in this video we are going to know the basic structure of C program. So the very first section in the structure is documentation or comment section. Generally, it is not mandatory to write. It is nothing to do with code we wrote. Compiler will not convert this part into object code. Compiler looks this as a transparent or empty line. So, what is the reason of writing this? It is the text written within the code to provide explanations or to guide the programmer or anyone else who is reading the code. If we are the one who developed that code, if you want to include the time, date, a little description about the code, and few other things like developer name and so on, we can do that. So, it will help us or anyone else who is reading the code again in the future to understand. Now, let's know how to write comments in C program. As you can see on the screen, if the comment is to be written within the single line, use double slash at the starting of the comment. If you want multiple line comments, use a single slash and asterisk at the starting of the comment and an asterisk and a single slash at the ending of the comment. And the second one is link section. This section is used to include header files. For example, if we take hash include stdio.h, hash is the preprocessor and stdio.h is the header file. Here stdio.h is nothing but standard input output. So, what is the use of this header file? This header file contains the definitions of certain predefined functions like or built-in functions like printf, scanf, putf, etc. Why? Because compiler doesn't know the meanings of these predefined functions. So, hash include stdio.h preprocessor directive is responsible for adding the definitions of certain input-output predefined functions like printf, scanf, putf, etc. in the code. Then the compiler will be able to translate it into object code. For suppose, if we are using string manipulation functions like string length and so on, we have to add the preprocessor directive hash include string.h. In this, string.h is a C library or header file that contains the definition of certain predefined functions shown on the screen. In the further videos, we will be going to learn more like this. As the aim of this particular part of the video is to make you to get an idea on the structure of C program. So we are not going in detail for now. We will learn these in the further videos. And the third one in the structure of C programming is definition section. In definition section, we use it to define symbolic constants. For example, if you see on the screen, you will observe hash define pi 3.14. As you know that pi is nothing but a constant whose value is 3.14, right? So if you want to use that pi value in entire code, instead of declaring and initializing multiple times in the code, you can give the value to a constant once using this syntax. So, if you observe the screen once, I have written as define pi 3.14, right? I haven't written any kind of code, but if I have written the code with proper rules of C, uh, if I have used pi anywhere in the code, that pi is replaced with 3.14. Actually, you need an IDE to run the code. I personally use Visual Studio Code to run and write the code. And the fourth one is global declaration. Actually, there are two types of variables or functions. One is local and other is global. If we talk about local variables are those which are defined within the curly braces of a function. Global variable as global scope, it can be used in any function, either it is user defined or else main function. Now let's look at the sample code on the screen. I have used comments to explain you every line clearly. I hope this code will help you in memorizing the different types of sections which I have said till now. See once on the screen, if you want to declare a global variable, you can do with the help of the syntax I have displayed. And even if you want to declare a function, you can declare it by the syntax I have displayed now. See, if you want to use function in the code, before using the function in the code, you should know where to declare and when there is no need of declaring. I will be going to explain this also at the end of the video. And the next one is main section. Now we are going to know about main section. So main section is one of the important things to be written in the code. Without main section there is no code at all, because the control will start from this main section only. When you compile the code, the control will start from the main section. And remember that there is only one main function in the code. This is the body of main function, and in the body of the main there are two parts. One is declaration part and other is executable part. Look, if you don't want to use any kind of variables in the main function, because sometimes there is no need of any variables in the main function, so there is no need of declaration. But we must include at least one executable statement in the main function. And the sixth one is subprogram section. In this section you will include all the user defined functions. Generally these user defined functions come after the main function, but it is not necessary. They may be in any order. If you want to use these user defined functions before the main functions, you can, but you should follow some rules to write them. But in general, we use these user defined functions after the main function. If you use these functions after the main function, you should declare the global declaration section. Okay? But if you want to use these functions before main function, there is no need of declaring. You can write that function directly. But the thing is that it is quite confusing since the control start from main function. We generally write the code keeping this in mind. And one more thing is that when you call the function you defined in the main function, only then the control will go there. So better to use the function you defined after the main function. In this video, we are only dealing with the structure of C, right? So that we are not going in detail for any section. We will be going to learn all these things again in the further videos. In this structure, all are not important to include. In this, link section and main section are mandatory to write. They must be included in the code. What I mean to say is, we can't write code without these two. This is today's video, friends. I will meet you again in the next video with a better content.